All right, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and today I am here to do a reading for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Um, I am, as I mentioned in my last video, I am doing a general reading now. I picked the cards and I'm just gonna kind of figure out what the story is. We're not going to do any timing on this. And I am using, as before, Wisdom of the Oracle as the initial cards, and I picked them already in the interest of time. And then I will clarify with the Good Tarot, both by Colette Baron Reed. And I'm definitely going to need to clarify your reading a little bit. I'm really curious about what's going on with you. Bring this a little closer. And here's Kitty joining us on the reading. Okay. So, what else? This is for sun, moon, or rising. And if you don't know what signs you have in those, you can get your free birth chart at astro.com or cafeastrology.com, and I've left the links in the description box below. What else? I'm sorry about any weird glitchiness on the channel. I have terrible Wi-Fi and parts cut out, and just weirdness happens sometimes, and I'm sorry about that. Someday it'll change. I'll upgrade or something. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna get started, dive right in. The first card that I chose is Imagine, and I chose this in the protection position. And so this means that you are using your imagination to work against you. You are needing to kind of get out of denial about something. You have some kind of expectation or desire that is not necessarily based in reality, that is working against you in some way. And you're really needing to get out of the denial, focus on the situation that's in front of you. You could also be anticipating something bad coming. You could be in a place of fear and kind of, going to the worst case scenario around that and replaying that over and over in your mind. And the thing with doing that is it's very easy for us to go into that place, to think of the worst thing that could happen. And when we do that, our feelings get involved. And when our feelings get involved, that is how we manifest. That is the law of attraction. When you feel it, then that's going out into the universe. And the universe is like, oh, okay, this is what you want. Okay, I'm going to bring you more of that. And also the brain does not know the difference between what is real, what you're seeing in reality versus what you're imagining. And so you have all of these different things that are simply by being in this place of anxiety, fear, and worry, you are creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. You do not want to do this. You want to use your imagination to your benefit, to your advantage. We always have the choice, but we're not generally taught how to make our brains work in our favor. And so very often our brain just kind of gets to have the run of the place. and um and so when you first start to try to use your imagination in a positive way that works for you rather than against you, it can feel a little bit challenging. um, and this is it, and so it's a practice, and this is where meditation comes in handy, where meditation is, you really are training your mind to focus. You're bringing it away from, you're not letting it kind of go off and do whatever it wants. You're getting it on a leash. And you're like teaching it how to heal, basically. Um, and this is how you create what you really want in your life. So if you are thinking about the worst case scenario, yes, it's important to be prepared for anything that could come along, but you don't want to get yourself caught up in that story, because you could very likely create what you don't want. So instead, you want to identify what it is. What is this story that is working against you? And I really want to clarify to find out, see if I can find out. But you want to use that as your indicator. So you're like, okay, this is the thing that I really, really don't want. This worst case scenario, you're afraid. So yeah, you're thinking about it a lot. But then what you need to do is be like, okay, mind, we're gonna get off of this subject, and we're gonna find the opposite. What is the opposite of this thing? So what's the best case scenario? If you don't want something that's going to happen, put your thinking on, what do you want to happen? Where do you want to go? Use your imagination to guide you in the direction that is going to bring you the most fulfillment, the most joy, the most happiness, all the things. And it's going to take a little bit of practice. It's helpful to put reminders up, like around your house, of, like if you find yourself thinking a certain way about something and you don't like it and it doesn't feel good, put up a reminder. What do you want? What does feel good? And spend time every day practicing it, visualizing this thing, the the good thing, the ultimate manifestation of what you want, and really try to get your five senses involved, so that as you're visualizing, you're like, what does it smell like? Of course, what does it look like? What does it sound like? What's going on around you? Are there other people around you? And imagine how it feels to have that thing, that manifestation of your desire. And that's going to override this negative thinking and allow the universe to give you what you actually want. Make your imagination, make the law of attraction work in your favor. And you do have the power, but you're not used to wielding that power. So you're going to need to train yourself a little bit. And the next card I got is Truth Be Told, which lines right up with this. which is about taking things at face value, figuring out what your most authentic truth is. It's about being transparent and peeling away the layers of denial that there's something that you are in denial about, that you need to just you need to start taking things at face value. What's going on around you right now? What is the reality of things in this moment? Because once you get clear on that, then you are being more authentic. You're able to show up for yourself, to show up in a way that, again, you're telling the universe, this is what this is what I want. I for whatever reason, I'm in a situation where I am not getting what I want. And it is time to get clear about your truth and speak it. Speak that truth and let people around you know, what is it that you want. Let your spiritual entourage know, what is it that you want. We can't get help unless we ask, unless we put out there what we need. I'm so curious. So curious what's going on with you guys. I got also time to go in the protection position. And so something is happening where you're feeling like something is ending, that you're losing something that you feel is really important to you. And this card in the reverse position is basically saying it's more like a break. You're going to come back around to this situation. But other things need to happen. You need to have some kind of other experiences. Other synchronicities need to line up before you can kind of revisit this thing. So, don't feel like you're, what's the word? Like hopeless, that you can't get to this door, that you can't go through this door. See, there's a door there that she's moving towards, or that doors are closing for you. It's again, it's just it's a break for now. So, it seems to tie in with this sort of worst case scenario negative thinking that you're dealing with. So really just get everything in you that you possibly can, focusing on what's in front of you, what you're dealing with right now, and let your imagination, how do I say it? Imagine the things that you want that are really going to fulfill you and make you feel good. Okay, so I've shuffled these cards like crazy, and I just did one more shuffle, and let's see, what's going on? What's going on with you guys? Patience. Major Arcana. Have some patience. Something's going on where you need to, you're you before you can come back around to this thing, you need to be patient. I'm gonna moderation. So also, I'm just going to read this. This card reminds me that patience will bring me into recognition of and alignment to my purpose. Yeah. So I think, the time to go card, you have something that you really want to do, that you really want to realize, manifest in your life. And there's a lot of fear around this right now. A lot of fear around it not working out. And you really need to have patience with yourself. Know that this thing is coming. It's just not time yet. It says, all my needs are met, even though I may not see it yet in the outer visible world. Yes. We experience time in this linear way, but there is, in reality, no time. Everything is happening all at once. So whatever this thing is, whatever this door is that you're wanting to walk through, it's already happened. You just haven't experienced that yet. So, you can kind of go into the situation with the sort of the knowing, having the faith and the trust that you are being moved towards that thing, that it's already happened. You just need to line up with it in real time, in what we consider real time. 3D time, we'll call it. It also says the angels are looking out for me. Moderation in all things is required now. Yeah, find a way to have moderation in your life. Don't go to the extremes. Try to focus on the present. What is happening now? That is the only thing that is real anyway. I just noticed the bottom of the deck is transformation. That's really awesome. I'm not going to pick that one. But another major arcana. This is a big thing that you're moving towards, and it makes sense why you would have so much fear around moving in this direction. And there is big transformation that's happening for you right now, and will continue to happen. But you gotta have patience. And flexing that patience muscle can be challenging. Yes, it can. But you can do it. You got to practice. Our muscles don't get bigger unless we regularly strengthen them, work them out. Oh, you got the Fool. Another major arcana. Yeah. The Fool is about just trusting. It's a childlike trust that everything is going to work out, that you can't fall. There are no missteps, because either you succeed in some way, or you learn in some way, which is also success. It's all success, but it's like it's moving forward, or it's learning. I don't like, I'll have to think of another word, because I don't necessarily like the word success, but there is no failure. And that's kind of what the Fool is all about. You can't fall. This fear that you have, something is freaking you out so bad. You're anticipating something bad because of so much fear. This is telling you, you can acknowledge the fear and thank it Thank that part of you that is so fearful because it's trying to protect you. But ultimately, you are in charge. And getting into the mindset or what is it? Like embodying this energy of kind of excitement for the adventure, excitement for the unknown, knowing that there are no missteps. That is what is going to lead you through the fear. You're telling that part, I'm in charge and it's going to work out. And that part will eventually believe you as you take those steps and you prove over and over again, like, it's going to work out. See, it did again. See, it did again. and you will get to a place where you're like, oh yeah, okay, this did work out. I guess I didn't need to be so fearful. So I want to look in the book. Enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic about the journey, about where you're at now, about anticipating what's to come, as thinking about the adventure that's to come rather than the potential, I keep saying missteps, the potential fallout. Because even if something happens, even if there's a, like some way in which we feel like we've messed up or we've gone in the wrong direction, like if you step on the dog poop, like you clean it off, wash your shoe, whatever, and you keep going. Like it's gonna work out because it always works out. That's kind of been my mantra for a very long time, and it's true. We have our things that happen in life, but then eventually we come to the other side of them, and and then we look back and it's like, oh yeah, like I was really freaked out at that time and I didn't know what was happening. We're so scared of the unknown, but then eventually we get to the place of the known again, and then it's like, oh, okay, had I known before what I know now, I wouldn't have been so afraid. So take those experiences from your past and apply them to your future. Well, I know that it worked out before, so why wouldn't it work out again? We just, we don't know the timing. It's saying, I know that a spiritual approach rarely appears logical and sometimes even seems impractical. However, when this card appears, I can take a risk and trust that with faith, anything is possible. The invisible realms will reveal each step along the way. I am meant to experience this regardless of where I travel. This is a time when I'm learning that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Yes. The invisible realms will reveal. That's hard to say. Will reveal each step along the way. So just know that you're being guided and you're on the right path. And you're not meant to know every step. I mean, if we knew what was actually coming for us, what we were actually going to end up doing before we were ready, it would freak us out to no end. Because if you're not ready for the thing, if you're still in this huge place of fear, and then suddenly you know the future and you're like, I have no idea how I would get to that place. Oh my God, that sounds so scary. That sounds so awful. It's, thinking of when you're in first grade, thinking about what it's going to be like to be in college. Like, I don't have any of the skills that I need to do that. But you go through each grade, you build the knowledge, you learn the things, and you get to college, and then you're like, oh, well, I know all this stuff now. I know way more than I did in first grade. Okay, I can handle this. So it's really good. What do we got? Ace of Water. Aces are about new beginnings. And water is usually about emotions, our emotional self. That seahorse is holding the pearl. I'm going to read what it says. It's a really great reading. Ace of Water. Unconditional love, overflowing abundance, the fertility of love. You got to focus on the love. You know, this card right here, truth be told, talks about focusing on the here and now. What's in front of you, taking things at face value. And in doing that, really focus on the good things. What's positive in your life right now? Focus on the love. Ace of Water. I lost it. Okay, I'm here again. Unconditional love, overflowing abundance. Yeah, this is what's coming down the pipeline too. There's so much love in your near future. There's so much love in your now. Focus on that. Focus on the things that bring you joy, the things that you love, the people you love, the people who love you. That gets you into the good feels. And that's where you want to be, to manifest this door, going into the next phase, the next chapter, even the next book. Yeah, because it says love gives me hope, shining light on all the possibilities available to me. I'm optimistic about bringing dreams into being. Yeah, those dreams want you as much as you want them. It's like it's a coming together. You're not just striving always forward, forward, forward. There is a coming together. I want to pick one more. And you got the Empress. Major Arcana. Oh. Yeah, and the Empress is about fertility. You got the Fool and the Empress. This is awesome. It's like the Empress is kind of the words are escaping me right now. I'm so sorry. I have trouble with words sometimes. Yeah, fertility. It's a wonderful time to give birth to new ideas and experiences. Give birth to. Yeah, in other decks, the Empress is usually pregnant or has a child with her. So it can be literal birth, but I feel certainly or specifically in this situation, this is about giving birth to new ideas and experiences. Nourishment is assured as I step into a new version of myself. You are becoming, you're going from the Fool, where you're like kind of in this childlike state. It's number 0. So you're starting at this beginning place and you're coming into this this new version of yourself where your life is rich and ripe with possibility, and that you know that you can manifest and create whatever it is that you want. Fertility is about creation. Um, you're a powerful co-creator, and life loves you. The world loves you. There's a reason that you are here on this planet right now, because you have something special that nobody else in the world has. And you were meant to bring this forth into the world. You are meant to birth something that you have to offer into the world more than anybody else. And so whatever you're afraid of, it's normal to be afraid. We find ourselves in fearful situations a lot, but it's again being friends, making friends with that fearful part. And much like a parent with a child, you're holding it and loving it and saying it's going to be okay. And I'm going to make sure that it's going to be okay. And I'm going to prove to you that it's going to be okay. And you will come. Eventually, you will come to this door and you will walk through and you'll be in another situation. But once you've practiced being in a good place, trusting and having faith that things are going to work out, when you go through that next door and find yourself in a totally unfamiliar place again, you'll look back on the situation and be like, oh yeah, I made it through that. I was freaked out about that too. But just like every other time, I made it through. And now I'm going to again. So, yes, beautiful. Love it. So excited for you guys. Yeah, and these are long-lasting energies. You've all these major arcanas. It's just like, this is not a passing thing. This is big. So, yeah, it's gonna happen. It's happening. Yeah. All right. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. And like and subscribe.